and welcome back to Karate Combat. And I am both happy and sad to tell you that this is the season finale of Season 3. Now, throughout this entire season, we have been exploring some of the fantastic moments in history across the century from karate. Myself, Josh Palmer, and Bas Rutten, we are bringing you another stacked fight card tonight, including, of course, that 61-kilo title fight between Owen Chalmier and Ilyas Mardi.
Man, Josh, I can't believe the season is coming to an end. It might have been the best season ever, for me, at least. I mean, the places we've been to, the fights that we've seen been amazing. I mean, everything has been amazing, and I hope that the people at home learned a little something about the history of karate.
I know, I sure did. Now, before we dive into tonight's stacked fight card, we do have one more video for you, featuring Bas Rutten and George St. Pierre.
How is it possible that this guy's at every single event that we have? That's weird, right?
So let's talk about the difference between point karate and karate combat, which is full contact karate. In the beginning here at karate combat, you saw literally guys, they were fighting and they threw a punch, yeah, and they stopped. And then that guy just started coming with combination. They realized, oh, crap, I gotta make sure that I'm gonna make combinations. So these guys just saw them grow and getting stronger and stronger. You have to understand, we have Olympic level athletes here who turned their way to karate combat and now fight full contact.
That's right. When karate started in the 1800s in Okinawa, it was more like karate combat that we have today. Yep. Perhaps they modified the rules and they make it more like point fighting karate because of safety. Yep. However, in karate combat, there's no beginners. Yep. These are for the elite of the elite. So you'll make sure that the fighter that we see, it doesn't get better than this.
Yeah, and the origin from karate, the empty hand, right? That's what they said. It's when the government took all the weapons away from the people, and they realized, oh, we need to find something to defend ourselves, and that's how karate was born.
That's right. The idea is to make your body a weapon, and knowledge is the weapon.
Hey, I don't need a weapon, because I am a weapon.
Indeed, you are, my friend.
Thank you.
I have to say, Bas, I have really enjoyed seeing you and GSP get together over this season. It's been fantastic. You two, Lyoto, I'd love to see you as well. Any of you in the pit would be fantastic. You versus GSP, I shouldn't say it, but I would. Oh, look! Oh, they made a fight graphic for you.
Hey, listen, if I was 25 years younger, I would have been in this pit, 100% sure. I mean, that would be so much fun.
But you'd still like to see Lyoto as well, right?
Exactly.
That would be pretty cool.
Well, it's not a no, so I will take it.
My name is Owen Chalmier. I'll be fighting Ilyas Mardi.
Je suis un showman, je suis fort, je suis fou.
He's a very defensive fighter. I'm more the opposite. I'm just ready to get in there and tear into him.
Je suis prêt à être champion du monde parce que je le mérite.
We, of course, have that main event for you tonight. Ilyas Mardi taking on Owen Chalmier for the 61-kilo golden belt. Before that, we've got a really exciting 68-kilo bout for you between Vitaly Surtan and Davis Ferreras. Both these guys, Bas, 2-2 records. Surtan, he's coming off that TKO of Daniel Viveris not that long ago.
Yeah, Surtan said that his opponent made a mistake. Every time when he counters a counter, that's when he gets hurt and that's when he gets knocked out or gets stopped. And he says, I'm going to exploit that. He said he wants to fight close because his opponent has a reach advantage. So let's see if he can do that.
Yeah, Ferreras, of course, he's carrying a lot of momentum as well in his record. He's coming off that KO win versus Maximilian Mathers.
Yeah, and he believes that his opponent is fast, but he says, so am I. And the game plan is to keep attacking him because his opponent is not great at, and I quote, getting hit.
Yeah, and Lyoto, we've got two guys here. Both believe they are very, very fast. What's it like when you have to be wary of the speed of the opponent?
So it's very hard when you have two guys very fast. So one guy has to outsmart the other guy, like break the timing, break the rhythm, the fight. That's so important to take advantage of your opponent.
Well, let's see who can do just that. This is the first fight of the evening. It's Vitaly Surtan taking on Davis Ferreras. Our scoring system is uniquely based on the principles of karate, which are effective striking, effective takedowns, aggressiveness, and defense. Meaning that if a fight is close and it's up to the judges to decide, the fighter who drove the action wins. Fighters are also encouraged to use our specially designed 45-degree angled pit walls to their advantage. Fighters cannot use knees or elbows, and only 5 seconds of ground and pound is allowed. All bouts tonight are taking place over 3-minute rounds, unless the need to go into overtime is deemed necessary, or if it's a title fight, which consists of 5 3-minute rounds.
Soy Davis Ferreras y vengo de la bella República Dominicana. Mi especialidad para ganar es mi fuerza en mi puño, el Yakuzuki.
Sou Vital Sertan, eu vou lutar com o Davis, ele é um muito bom oponente, respeito muito, mas ali dentro, como eu disse, vai ser uma guerra.
Bueno, la pelea va a ser muy técnica, somos dos peleadores muy rápidos y muy técnicos, pero yo voy con mi explosividad por el knockout.
Infelizmente não sou bruxo, não sei como é que vai começar, mas sei como é que vai acabar. Vai acabar antes do tempo.
Through the portal they come. Davis Ferreras in the black pants, Vitaly Sertan in the white pants.
Did he just do the split kick, jumping split? Yes, he did,
I think I've never seen anyone do that before. Trying to impress Mr. Rusin, I am sure. And I say it so frequently, but both these guys look really pumped for this bout.
Man, these guys are turbos. That's what they are. This is going to be an explosive fight for sure. I cannot see this be slow.
Vitaly Sertan from Chisinau, Moldova. You can see that mixed record there. He's one of our more experienced competitors, but consistency is the problem. He is, however, coming off that fantastic TKO win over Daniel Viveros. We welcome back Dominican Republic military officer Davis Ferreras, also with a 2-2 record and coming off that KO victory. Said he was very happy with his last fight. He really saw the work he put in the dojo pay off and hopes he can repeat it this time.
It's go time.
Orthodox stance for both fighters as our referee Kevin Sasaki gets us underway. Viveros in the Ferreras in the black pants, Sertan in the white pants. And interesting lead leg techniques from Ferreras there.
Wow, that was a powerful kick, and that I liked. Right kick, left hook.
And this
Very
is
nice.
This is some of the most circular motion we've seen early on from a fighter here tonight, or in this season, should I say?
Yeah. Finally. Boom.
Wow, nice snapping front kick.
But turned a little bit too much on that. Little fake here and there. Yeah, Ferreira's doing good.
Oh, what a combination from Ferreira. Missed that first kick, immediately turned it into a spinning back kick.
But he needs to connect with one because otherwise he gives away the length of his leg and his opponent knows the distance, you know? You can't do that too much with not landing. There we go, that was beautiful.
Yes,
underneath the punch.
Sertan's trying to find his way inside for the punches. Good kick to the body there.
Yes, that was nice, yes. Boy, look at that, using the wall. Movement. I love it.
Oh, and immediately cut off by Sertan. Yeah, Vitaly Sertan really playing around with his guard there. He's fought some of the bigger guys in the division in Gabriel Chera and Josh Quay-Hagan before. So, although he's one of the smaller guys, in this height-wise in this weight class, he really does get stuck in there.
Whoa, that was a nice cross.
Good time, good time.
Yep. Whoa, ducks under the high kick. I love it.
It was interesting in the pre-fight interviews. Ferreira said to us he felt his game plan was going to be keep attacking because he didn't think Sertan did well when he got punched.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he doesn't like it when he gets punched. There we go,
big left hook. And it's forced the coverage from Sertan, who's winging back. Good head movement saves him there, but those punches are really trying to take your head off. Lovely combination of body kicks.
Two right and left, and then a strike. I love it. That's the right kick and left hook again.
Sertan's nodding at him, but that's a way of saying, yeah, you got me.
Yeah. Yeah, if they smile, okay, keep going. Let them smile again. Oh,
The uppercut.
yeah, that was nice. I mean, he improved. He worked hard on it. That is beautiful. Oh, 10 seconds, we can land something cool.
Yeah, last 10 seconds in round number 1. It's been a great round for Davis Ferreras. And they're going to head back up to their corners. We're going to take a look at some of the replays from that opening round.
And there was a lot.
Lyoto, yeah, let us know what you thought of all these replays.
So I like the way Ferreira was throwing punches and kick because he's moving around. He did a spin kick.
Oh, ducks this, it's like Matrix. Beautiful. Right away, come with a 1-2, except there's 2 hooks. Look at that, the right hook, left hook. But Sertan just ate it and just comes back right away. Look at this, and he's avoiding it now, so he's still clear in the head.
That's Matrix.
Yep. Very cool, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and that double kick combination we just saw was really nice from Ferreras, getting the better probably of Sertan over that first round.
It takes a lot of steam out of you, though. If you miss punches, it takes a lot of steam out of you, even if you miss kicks. So, but he started landing that right-left kick and then a cross right away.
Lyoto, what would be your advice for Vitaly Sertan in dealing with the movement of Davis Ferreira?
So he has to be ahead of Ferreira. You know what I mean? Like every time when Ferreira moves to the side, he has to be there waiting for Ferreira, ahead of Ferreira, because he's going to be ready for the attack or counter-attack.
Well, let's see if Sertan can at least predict the movement. It's interesting that there Ferreira's circling into the strong side of Sertan. But that's a beautiful straight punch answering back.
And Sertan was actually doing for a bit what you just said, and he was cutting him off.
Yeah.
Yep, in the beginning.
In the beginning was.
Yep. Oh. Yeah, his corner told him, you got to start now. And he's doing it, Sertan.
Yeah, nice spinning back kick.
He's doing good in cut the angle, but maybe he needs more like combination.
Yep.
Yeah, he's using that right roundhouse to cut off Ferreira's movement when he comes to the left. But nothing else off the back end. Oh, trying that outside trip to no avail. They're going to break.
I would grab the belt the whole time and just sweep. Wow, that was nice.
That's a nice hook from Sertan.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful kick. Look, using the wall to his advantage.
Been forced to dance on the wall a couple of times.
Yeah. I love it.
Oh, very good kick.
Oh, that's my counter too if they grab it. Same arm punch.
And this is Sertan really turning it up now. Look at that uppercut, just missed. There's a left hook. Oh. Is he going to keep going? He is indeed.
It's a gunslinger fight.
They are throwing everything at each other.
They're rolling the dice. That's what they're doing right now.
They went at it.
Step back. Come on, let's go. It's a fight. Step back.
Oh, and Sertan wants to get straight back in. Nice whip on that kick, but a little bit short of the target. Still a minute left in round number 2. If he can keep this pace up for the whole minute, that'll be quite something.
Left body shot. That could be a setup to a right to the head sometimes. That's what I like to do. Oh! It was so slow that you thought it wasn't going to happen. I was one time keeping the head like that.
It's dizzy.
Oh, wow. Look at that. He ducked again.
They both got their legs in there. It was anxious moments for each of them, and then some good defense in head movement.
No, I got to make this a technique. Make it forward because it works. Because I thought I blocked it, I put my hands down, and then the kick landed. I go, what's going on here?
The crowd are rightly getting stuck into this one. Catcher the kick, tries to sweep the leg.
So Ferreira may
and Ferreras is not quick to get up off the wall here.
No.
Sertan can just freely wail on him here. He doesn't have to let him up. He's not a grounded opponent.
He's doing the crane.
Oh, nice little axe kick to the body.
Look at him.
Some gamesmanship from Ferreras at the closing round. I'm not entirely sure what to make of that.
That was fierce. That we would say was very fierce. Can leave it without you.
That's a 5-round fight, right?
Days. We have one more round coming your way in this opening bout through 2 3-minute rounds.
5-round fights.
It's
This
three
is a
rounds.
3-1.
This is 3 rounds.
The next one coming up.
Let's
it's
take a look at
gonna
the
be a full
replays.
fight.
There is plenty to look at from this battle.
Boom! Shakalaka. Wow, I like that left kick, left straight. That was nice. Boink. Both.
Yeah, this was where Sertan really tried to turn it up, and he kept pressing, He
Yeah.
moved back against the wall, he still kept pressing.
Yeah, they were swinging for the fans to see. Look at this. Nice. Book. That was the kick. I love it. Uppercut hooks. Whoa!
The guard stayed effective for it,
Matrix
though.
style. It's the second time he ducked the kick. Okay, now he's gonna go la 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 la. Oh, what was that?
I had absolutely no comment.
That's so funny.
So we have 3 minutes left. Our referee, Kevin Sasaki, gets us underway. Davis Ferreras in the black pants, white pants for Vitaly Sertan.
The people are loving it. I'm loving it.
Quick reminder, join us on social media at Karate Combat or on the web at karate.com.
That was beautiful with the heel.
And Ferreira keeps on walking forwards.
Man, I can take a shot. That was a good kick with the heel. You heard it. That was not a slap.
It honestly wouldn't surprise me if it was 1 round apiece right now.
Yep. Kick the leg, Johnny. Boom, boom, boom.
5 count coming in from the referee.
Very smart to go to the body.
Yeah, I mean, if the legs are in the way in an open guard, it's hard to reach the head, right? You might as well drop a few into the midsection.
100%, and especially after he landed that kick to the body, you know, he might be acting right now that he's not hurt. In Thai boxing, after low kicks, I hit somebody with my gloves to his thighs in the clinch because I thought it would help. So anything helps.
Ooh, both firing at the same time. Sertan goes straight back in afterwards. They're still having some gamesmanship with each other, though. Outside trip attempt. Transition to the double.
Yeah, good balance though, Sertan.
Yeah, good proprioception. Sertan's always had a very acrobatic style. I think that comes from quite a playful childhood.
Man, this is going to be a hard fight to judge as well. Oof.
Yeah, they've got a minute left to try and seal this one. It was good punches from Ferreras, hitting the guard though.
Heavy shots. Beautiful left there by Sertan. The heavy shots also for Ferreira.
Eats a lot of that body kick.
Whoa, he's looking now, punching out. Beautiful land there again, Ferreras.
It's interesting, Sertan said to us that the eye movement and mixing up the target areas with the kicks is one of the things he really wanted to do here.
Yep, that's what he did. He looked down, kicked high. The other way around, almost nobody does, but it's a really good thing to do.
I think Ferreras was saying he got caught in the thigh there, but the referee disagreed. And he is slow to get up off the wall here.
Oh, again that back kick. Oh, and again.
Final 20 seconds. Let's see if he can take advantage of fatigued Ferreras.
Tipping his head, kicking high. Good. Yeah, these
punches and bunches from both these men. Final 10 seconds. Vitaly Sertan, Davis
Sertan's kicks are insane.
In the middle of the pit.
And kicks count more than punches, right?
Very good.
So this is going to be very hard to judge, but Sertan threw the most kicks.
Very hard to judge, but
yeah, I do think it's going to come down to that 3rd round, and I could honestly not tell you which way it's going to go right now.
Yeah, the only thing I'm saying, I know that kicks they count more than punches. So since Sertan kicked so much,
yeah, let's take a look at some of the replays here. You talk about the kicks pass, that was a nice one.
they count this is as a takedown too?
Yes, this once he's on the ground, yes. With his butt touching the floor,
Yeah.
that's it. The wall, no. Boom. That was the looking down and making the middle kick. That countered with the cross. Beautifully done by Ferreras. That back kick landed again. He does it again now. See, twice in a row. And now I think he does another kick. Yeah, there we go. You see, so, oh man, this is hard to judge because both these guys are swinging. Ooh. Well, happy I'm not a judge, I'll tell you that.
Two absolute warriors, leaving it all out there in the pit.
Come here, come here, come here, come here. Come here, come here.
Oh, this is the fourth round.
And what that means is two of the judges saw this as far too close to call, and rather than opt for a draw, they chose a fourth round. The fighters are aware this can happen, and boy are we in for it. 3 more on the clock here. Vitaly Surtan and Davis Ferreras are going to see who can get the better of the other.
This is it, because they both know that if they win this round, they win the fight. So, you gotta go.
Lyoto, what does that do to a fighter's psyche to think, the fight's probably over, oh no, I've got to go one more round?
It's hard because we expect for 3 rounds, and all of a sudden you have to do one more round. But that's your training at the academy, you know. Always push yourself, so you're gonna be ready for any situation here.
Yeah, well, let's see who pushed themselves harder in training. Surtan opening up with some kicks here.
Boom, nice right hand landed. Yeah, by Surtan, front kick, and simultaneously landed a punch and a kick the other person. So if it keeps going like this, we need to go to a 5th round. So that's how we look at this. This is it.
Oh, good shots from Ferreras up top, but Surtan's landing the better of the kicks to the lower body in the midsection.
Wow.
They're both still pressing forward here. It's anyone's game. The shots keep flying. Good pop from Surtan on that combination.
Oh! Look at this.
Ferreras has stumbled Surtan a few times throughout this bout. And that's a nice combination from Surtan Bash. What you always say, punches end with the kick.
That's it. You know, normally I say wherever you landed the punch last, don't kick there, because most of the time the defense will be there.
Ferreras unloading here. Referee's going to call another break.
They are exhausted. They seem exhausted.
This is crazy.
Again, yeah, I honestly...
Yeah, this has to go almost to a 5th round. I mean, how can you judge that?
It's something as dangerous, right? Everybody's getting some in.
Whoa!
Big right hand.
Just though, more kicking.
Oh, head kick.
And there the punches. Whoa!
Here is feeling the punch, the kick.
This is crazy.
Stand up, come on, let's go. Let's go. Keep it on.
And Ferreras hits the canvas. The referee has called a stop. Vitaly Surtan puts an exclamation point on this 4th sudden death round.
This had to happen, otherwise I was looking for a 5th round. I mean, this is crazy. Man, this could be the best one. This was really cool. What a round!
Wow. Yeah, let's take a look back at that knockout, because it came in the middle of a flurry.
Boom! Look at the back of the head.
So he used his face with his eyes. He looked down.
Yep.
And used the kicking.
And he was talking about that during our interviews. Josh just mentioned that as well. Like in the beginning of the fight, we were talking about it.
Yeah, it's exactly what he wanted to do, and to get the KO victory with that technique, I'm sure is going to please him a whole lot.
Wow, Ferreras, while he was on the ground, he didn't want to stop. He still wanted to get up, and the referee kept him down, you know?
Yeah, I mean, look, he wants to stay in it, but the reality is, you know, it was a spark knockout. His eyes were gone.
Yep.
He was falling face down. The referee's got no choice but to stop it. It's a good knockout stoppage and a good win for Vitaly Surtan.
Dude, this was a great fight.
And Lyoto, some excellent sportsmanship at the end there from two guys who just went to all-out war.
I like that because they left everything inside the pit but at the same time with a lot of respect at the end of the fight.
Let's head down into the pits and get the hand raised of our winner, Vitaly Surtan. A brilliant show of sportsmanship there. I'm sure Davis Ferreras will be disappointed in the loss, but he cannot be disappointed in his effort tonight.
He cannot. I mean, what a champ. I mean, yeah, he'll be very good in this league.
But our winner, Vitaly Surtan, is pitside with Andrea Ocampo.
Such an incredible match. The crowd is going absolutely wild. Went to a fourth round. What's going through your mind right now?
Bem, por norma, nunca sabemos quando acaba a guerra. E realmente, eu pensava que já acabou a guerra, mas depois de estarmos preparados psicologicamente, rapidamente, para nós nos concentrarmos outra vez no jogo, que pensei que acabou. Isso foi uma grande superação da minha parte e provei-me a mim mesmo. Estou pronto para desafiar qualquer atleta aqui do Karate Combat e estou à espera para me convidarem para o cinturão.
Now tell me, what will you want to say to your family at home and your coach, because they're very proud of you right now?
Isto é uma equipa, não ia conseguir ganhar sem o meu treinador, sem a minha família que está por trás, porque temos de estar bem psicologicamente em casa, psicologicamente no trabalho, e acho que é o mundo, é um ecossistema que tem que estar alinhado e o universo vem sorrir aqui.
A big congratulations on that knockout.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Congratulations on that knockout indeed to Vitaly Surtan. Screaming in victory. Robin Black, give us your thoughts on that fight and that knockout.
Fam, I have commentated or analyzed 10,000 plus fights, but that is one of the greatest contests I've seen in any type of combat sport. You should have felt what it felt like in here when they went to a fourth round. I know you felt it at home, because it isn't just something we're watching, it's something we're feeling. We're feeling the freedom of these fighters exchanging in there. They don't have to be here in the Karate Combat pit, they want to be here. Yes, Surtan won with that wonderful head kick, but I want to thank both those karatekas for that wonderful performance.
Well, there's an awful lot to look at, but let's try and do it some justice. This is the full fight montage from Vitaly Surtan versus Davis Ferreras.
First, he started ducking Matrix style underneath. He did that twice in the first 3 rounds. Bonk, bonk. Big punch landed by Ferreras. Brought Vitaly in thing, and now he started bobbing and weaving like nothing didn't happen.
He did that the first time.
Yep.
And at the end of the fight, he did the same. He looked down.
And he kicks high.
And he kicks high.
Yep. And that's exactly his game plan. That's what he was telling us he was going to do. Man, body, head, I mean, he's all over the place. Lots of kicks. I mean, we're always sitting here, who's going to judge this, right? There was no way that you could judge a fight like this, and thankfully the judges said the same thing.
Yeah, and this is exactly the type of fight that fourth round mechanism was put in for. You know, just no way to slice this one anyway other than down the middle.
Look at that, yeah, because it hit the back of the head also, and most of the time, yeah, well, you're just not ready for that. Every time when you train, you get punches from the front or the side, so you're ready for that impact, never from the head. Oh, man. He had to be super happy.
What a great fight.
Yeah. But, you know, like he said himself, Ferreira should be very happy as well.
What a fantastic fight that was. We do, of course, have one more amazing and intriguing fight coming up in our title fight between Owen Chelmier and Ilyas Mardi. That is coming your way in just a few short moments.
Bonjour, je me présente, Ilyas Mardi, dit The Madman, combattant pro dans l'organisation Karaté Combat, et là je vais combattre pour la ceinture. Donnez-moi toute votre force. Je suis né le 25/09/97 à Bourges, dans le centre de la France, et j'ai grandi un peu partout à Paris, Orléans et Montpellier. Mais maintenant je suis sur Paris à Sevran, et c'est la jungle. J'ai découvert le karaté à l'âge de 7 ans. c'est mon oncle qui m'a mis dedans, parce que je me battais tout le temps. Le karaté, ça m'a aidé. Je me suis assagi avec le temps. Parce qu'avant, j'étais vraiment plus fou que ça. Bien sûr, savoir se défendre, c'est toujours bien. On gagne le respect des gens et on respecte tout le monde. Le karaté, ça m'apporte de l'épanouissement. La rencontre avec Davy, elle s'est faite il y a 4 ans de ça maintenant. C'était le meilleur club de France, meilleur coach, meilleur fighter, meilleur sparring, meilleur ami. Pour moi, c'est un exemple. Il a 40 ans, il rentre encore dans le pit, il a des enfants. En vrai de vrai, il a tout à perdre et il y va encore. C'est Davy un peu qui m'a sauvé, grâce à Karaté Combat. C'est lui qui m'a fait rentrer dedans. Et voilà, maintenant j'en suis là pour la ceinture et je vais aller la chercher pour lui. Pour cette ceinture, je vais vraiment tout faire. Je me suis entraîné dur, je m'entraîne dur. Je vais tout donner pour le club, pour ma famille, pour tout le monde. Et je vais le mettre KO. Et il le sait, je vais le mettre KO. Le matin, boxe anglaise, l'après-midi, cardio, muscu. Et voilà, c'est ça tous les jours, toute l'année. C'est la discipline. Hein. Ça apprend à forger un caractère. Discipline, rigueur, ponctualité, ça passe par là. J'ai trimé, et je viens de loin, et croyez-moi, c'est pas lui qui va m'arrêter. C'est moi, je suis fou, demande à qui vous voulez, mes gars, mes coachs, même ma famille savent que je suis fou. Je m'appelle Ilyes Mardi, j'ai 23 ans, 10 The Madman, le fou, le meilleur moins de 61 de karaté combat. Je vous aurais prévenu.
My name is Owen Chalmia, and I'm representing the Republic of Ireland and Mauritius. When I was about 4, my mother enrolled me into karate classes. I immediately fell in love with the art. Within weeks, I began competing and haven't looked back since. By age 8, I was winning national and world titles, traveling all over the world to compete. My mother, who already had a karate background, became my trainer and sensei. She has provided me with the opportunity to travel all over the globe, to train with and compete against some of the best fighters out there. My mother is my coach, my manager, and my trainer. She is the leader in the family. She oversees all the technicalities, which leaves me with the simple task of just fighting. Following in her footsteps, my brother and I became world karate champions. Thanks to her, I have a wealth of combat experience under my belt, and combining that with my natural hunger to fight makes me a serious threat for anyone to face. About 2 or 3 years ago, I heard about karate combat and began training and focusing on my eventual debut here. There's no secrets to my training. I train every single day. I don't believe in off days or rest days. My work ethic is to train hard, no shortcuts, be prepared to get hit, maintain focus, and stay disciplined. And I believe that makes champions. Fighting is in our DNA. We grow up hearing inspiring stories and folklore tales of legendary Irish warriors, like Cuchulainn, a mythical Irish demigod who is told to have single-handedly defended his kingdom from invading armies. I can't wait to showcase the spirit of the Fighting Irish at Karate Combat and represent my nation proudly. I've been blessed with the abilities to fight, and it's up to me alone to maximise these through hard work and dedication. My fight style is aggressive and explosive. I'm here for blood and knockouts. I'm prepared to get in there and trade with any man. I ain't taking a step back in there. There will be no frills with me. I'm here to do business.
What an exciting title fight this is coming up at 61 kilos. Ilyes Mardi versus Owen Chalmia. Let's head down to the front of the pit where Andrea Ocampo is with league president, Mr. Adam Kovac.
Hey guys, I'm standing here with Adam Kovac, and he's going to be talking to us about the upcoming title match. But before we do so, let's talk about the match that we just saw that still is leaving us reeling.
Yeah, oh my God, I mean, I'm still speechless. You know,
I'm sweating.
Yeah, I mean, it was incredible. I mean, this was probably one of, if not the best fight we have ever done at Karate Combat. Davis Ferreras and Vitaly Sertan, I mean, what else can you ask for? It was amazing. 4 rounds, it was incredible.
The crowd absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I loved it too.
Adam, can you please talk to us about the new 61 kilo title coming up?
Sure. So with season 3, we introduced a new category, the 61 division. We set up a tournament with 8 guys, and we had Owen Chalmia and Ilyes Mardi basically going through everybody, and now they meet here for the final.
Well, a match that we definitely don't want to miss.
Yes, it is a match you definitely want to miss. Mr. Bas Rutten, Ilias Mardi and Owen Chalmier is coming up next. Interestingly, these are two of the younger guys in the division, and they're the guys who found themselves picked for this title bout. Ilias Mardi, we've seen him 4 times before, 3-1 record. This guy's a little bit crazy.
Hence the nickname, the Madman. This guy is all over the place, like his trainer, Davy Dona. He's a very wild fighter, but he's accurate as well. He's powerful everywhere. He promised us a lot to knock out in his last fight, which he won, but he broke his hand. He says, unfortunately, he couldn't do it. This time, he really wants a knockout.
And I've got to say, when we spoke to him before this bout, he was more fired up than I've ever seen him before. I mean, he was jumping around just in the interview, ready to go. Let's talk about his opponent tonight, Owen Chalmier. This is a real kind of Cinderella story this season. You know, he came in as a qualifier, fantastic performance, returned very quickly, another absolutely banging fight. Straight away he finds himself in a title fight.
Yeah, this guy is like, if you're talking about pressure, that's the guy. He comes forward, he will never go backwards. Constant pressure, constant punching. What he did the last time was a lot of smack talk, and he said, I did it a little bit too much. Today I want to do it a little less. He said, because I said, why would you do it? He said, to get my opponent angry. Because if they're angry, they start making mistakes. They start loading up their strikes or their kicks. So this guy has stamina. I mean, we were talking in the beginning of the fight, the first round, I said, there's no way that he can keep this up for 3 rounds. And guess what? He held it up for 3 rounds. If not, he made it harder in the last round. I mean, endless energy. So both of these guys, young guys like you said, is going to be a barn burner.
Yeah, there really could be a tremendous pace to this one. On that note, Lyoto, a title fight, you've got to prepare perhaps differently physically, mentally. What are your thoughts on preparing for a title fight versus a normal fight?
So it's very important to understand, because mentally is one aspect that you cannot change your mind. So every fight is the same. You have to give your best in every single fight. But physically, of course, you change a little bit, because it's a different fight when you have a 3 rounds fight or 5 rounds fight. It's completely different. And the strategy that you put in 3 rounds fight is very different when you have a 5 rounds fight.
Well, let's see which of these guys is going to potentially switch up their practice. Robin Black, you've got a lot of footage of these 2 young men to break down.
Guys, family, you can expect controlled chaos and complexity when these 2 meet in this title fight. Owen Chalmier, this kid is exciting and he's fast. Okay, I did speed that up, but you can see all of these punches landing. This is his first finish in karate combat. The right hook lands. He sinks into the left hip, lands the left, and then both of these again. When he does detach from connection, watch, when he goes to finish this one, he starts using that left hand as a measuring system and then lining up the punch. This was his second fight in karate combat, and here he battered the arms. If you want to shell up against him, he will bash away. Limb destruction, the philosophy of destroying the armor of the opponent. And he will turn and kick here into the arm, smash the arms up, and then what happens? It's tougher to use your arm, so when he comes up to block, or when he anticipates the shot to the arm, big, up and over to the head. This kid is so talented, and he flows so beautifully when he puts the whole game together. He uses range very, very well. Here's the jab, and he's out of distance when the counter comes. Look at this defensive system here. The elbow will flare, and he'll use it to goaltend here, protecting himself from both the kick and the punch, whatever's coming. He's defensively very, very sound, but there are moments where this kid will just let it all go, and you see it right here. He's trying to undermine the confidence of his opponent, but he's taking shots by doing it. And if he does it against Ilias Mardi, he's going to take some big, big shots. This kid's exciting as well. When he spins here, look, he will peek behind first, and when he sees the guard come up, watch, he will adapt his weapon and swing it around that guard. This guy is adapting and improvising and innovating in real time. Off the head kick, he will slide away as he lands the hook and moves away from the counter shot. Look at this one. When this piston hits your body, right here, dude, that one you will feel in your skeleton. One more look. Look at the way he adapts here. His men will move forward to take away the space for the spinning hook kick. What does he do? He wraps it around. Not full impact, but he finds the target nonetheless. These 2 are going to face each other in a wonderful title fight, and I can't wait to enjoy the hostilities, my friends.
Yes, thank you very much, Robin. We can't wait either. Ladies and gentlemen at home, for the final time in Season 3 of Karate Combat, it is time for your main event.
C'est que je suis Ilias Mardi, je suis un showman, je suis fort, je suis fou. Comme me dit mon coach, j'ai toutes les armes. Franchement, il peut rien m'arriver.
My name is Owen Chalmier from the Republic of Ireland. Anything Elias can think of, I'll be hitting him with. Every technique possible he can imagine for the full 5 rounds.
La victoire représente la ceinture de champion du monde. Ça représente tout, c'est le combat de ma vie. J'attends que ça.
I'm probably the most high-risk fight in this division. A lot of people won't take that fight. When I secured that championship belt, everyone will want it, and that's exactly what I want. Everyone in this weight division.
What a title fight this will be. Ilias Mardi in the white pants, Owen Chalmier in the black pants. It's France versus Ireland for the 61-kilo golden belt. And Vas, a very stoic Owen Chalmier.
No movement whatsoever. But don't get fooled, because once the fight starts, there's one movement, and that is forward. Marty will be all over the place. That's cool. Big contrast.
Well, there is the tale of the tape for Ilias Mardi in the red corner. 23 years old from Paris, France. He's got a 3-1 record. If there is a criticism, it's that all 3 wins have come by way of decision, and he's looking for his first stoppage here at Karate Combat. The statuesque figure of Owen Chalmier fighting out of Arles in Ireland, although originally born in London, over in the UK, studying electrical engineering as a research student at university, but he's been putting quite a record together here at Karate Combat. 2-0 leading into this title fight.
Wow, 0 movement. He didn't even blink, I think. Was he breathing?
No breathing.
There we go.
It's interesting, Owen Chalmier's main coach is his mother, who's never missed really any of his fights, and you know, really does give him the inspiration he needs with his performances so far.
Ready? There we go.
Our referee Mark Goddard gets this one underway. No touch of gloves. 5 3-minute rounds should they need them. And Chalmier opens up first with a kick to the legs from the center of the pit.
And here we go. Let's see what happens with movement. Look at that, using the wall.
Yeah, good body lock from Mardi, but Chalmier floats up against the wall, looks for that little Uchimata, and he's got to be careful, he's not backed up here. Good kick of the leg from Mardi, but quickly wrapped up in guard to stop the action from Chalmier, but it's a nice first sequence from the Frenchman.
Yep.
Josh Palmer, Bas Rutten, and the Dragon Lyoto Machida pit side for this one. Thank you for joining us here at Karate Combat.
Yeah, he was talking about that he was talking crap to his opponent in his native language, which with his last opponent was also French.
He's actually only fought Frenchmen so far. It's quite surprising.
So this is his 3rd Frenchman, and he knows the language, apparently, the bad words, I think.
He's been practicing.
Yeah.
But that is total gamesmanship, because out of the pit, he's the most respectful young man you'll ever talk to.
100%.
Nice cross kick to the side. Just closing the distance there, locking up against the pit wall. And they're going to wait for a stand-up from the referee, separating themselves in the end. Chalmier staying light on the feet as he comes forward, and that's a good counter from Mardi.
Yep, very good count.
You see immediately Chalmier gets that head position, that's forcing Mardi to be further away from him, not able to execute any takedowns. Good jab to the body there.
Yep, most of the time it's going to be a setup for something else. Good attack from Mardi.
Oh, good switch stance to come back in from Chalmier. Looks for that trip, then down to the pick. Good work from Mardi, nice straight 1-2. Very, very straight shots.
Yeah, that was great striking. And his kicks, everything is working.
Chalmier finds his way in with a left, little exchange, but nobody getting too much in the way of damage there.
Going back.
Again, that side kick for Marty. It lands very nicely to the body of Chelmier, and he lands 2 excellent shots and circles out. Beautiful footwork from the Frenchman.
Exactly. I was just going to say the same thing. He's in and out, connects, and boom, he's gone.
And Chelmier moving forward all the time.
Yep. That's what his style. It's constantly coming in, you know?
And Marty, you can see he's practiced that weapon to keep the range. Solid first round from both guys there. Perhaps Ilias Marty getting some of the better exchanges.
I think so, because he was mixing the kicks up better. He connected to more strikes.
Let's take a look at some of the replays here.
That was a good kick.
I like the calf kick, but I like the Yokogiri that Madri just did. No, so good because he can keep the distance at the same time he can hurt his Chelmier.
Yep. Great kick there again from Marty.
And Lyoto, talk to me about this in-out style from Marty. That was the one. That was the straight 1-2. But then he got backed up against the corner here, and he hit and circled all in one motion. It was beautiful.
So Chelmier is a good matchup for Marty because he's coming forwards all the time. So for the guy who moves a lot and like to counter, so it's good for Marty because Chelmier, he doesn't stop. He always tries to come, and he's in the right range for take some punches and kicks too.
So he's a little bit more predictable because it's constant forward motion.
Yeah, but Chelmier is so aggressive. You can see that. You can see in his face, no emotion, and so aggressive.
Second round underway here. Marty opens up with a leg kick. Another side kick. And as you said there, Lyoto, immediately aggressive. Chelmier once again pressing forward.
Beautiful.
Eats a lot of shots to the guard, but not too much pop on that kick from Marty.
No.
And that's a beautiful combination. He gets dropped to the canvas. He's recovered quickly. But it's a good sequence from Chelmier in his most decisive moment of the fight so far.
He is a little taste, it looked like.
Yeah, you can see that's why Chelmier is pushing immediately straight back. And that's interesting defensive posture. Tries to load up the throw.
Very interesting.
That's very interesting, yeah.
Bas, have you spotted any differences in the game plans from either of these two from the previous times we've seen them?
Well, in round 2, you saw Chelmier started bouncing a little bit more back and forth. So I think that from the first round, since he was not happy with his performance because his opponent did really well, you know, he started changing his style a little bit.
More loose, right? More loose.
More loose, yeah. And moving in and out and in and out. You see, he didn't do this in the first round. He was just moving forward.
Yeah.
And Marty's really good with his legs and to keep his opponent outside that distance. But he has to watch out. So the leg, Marty wins that.
Yeah.
And Chelmier, I think his punches are better.
Yeah, when Ilias Marty joined us, he was the youngest competitor on the entire roster. And, you know, he's still only just 23 years old. Chelmier, by contrast, is, you know, just a year older.
Yeah, and although actually I just said this with the head, but Marty, if I think back around number 1, you know, the beautiful 1-2 that he landed twice, right? That was really crisp.
Yep.
Yeah, probably straighter shots than we've seen him throw for.
Exactly, yeah.
So Chelmier has a good eyes. You can see he's not even blink when he's in the middle of the fight. No, he can see everything. You see?
Yep. Constantly open.
Oh, he ace a shot there though, and that's good head movement from Marty, but he runs out of space.
Laying backwards, like, come on, buddy. I'm just tanning.
30 seconds left in round number 2.
Beautiful 1-2. And movement right after. He's doing a great job. Beautiful, look at that.
Yeah, but
okay, couldn't finish it, yeah. But, you know, he improved a lot.
Yeah.
And he was already good, but I really like what I'm seeing.
I think he's improved in the clinch as well.
Yep. Look at that. The cross kick, side kick, Yokogiri, all three same. Looks really good.
Last couple of seconds here and another round in the books. Touch of gloves as they part ways. Both still looking very fresh, but a good solid work rate throughout.
Yeah.
Let's take a look back at some of the replays here.
Boom.
What do you think about this round?
Boom, boom. Beautiful. Look at that beautiful combination. He didn't put the power behind that. There, it's where they connect. That was nice. Look at this. Completely, yeah.
I never saw that.
No. Keep momentum going. Beautifully timed. But it didn't work out in the end. That side kick, that's a great weapon that he has.
Yeah, he's really able to
uses
keep
it very
distance
well.
with that. As we take a look in the corner of Ilias Mardi, looking very fresh. He told us that, you know, his coaches and his training partners had really smashed him in this camp, more so than usual, so he felt like his conditioning was going to be good for all 5 rounds.
Well, that's it, you know, I always tell people, if you're a painter and you bring half a can of paint and so you cannot finish it, why would you be a painter? So it's important to be able to go the full distance.
It's a good kick from Mardi. It was subtle, but, you know, caught Chelmier stepping forward.
Yeah, and it's 5 rounds, you know, kicks like that constantly are going to be very effective in the end. And it slows down the movement of your opponent. That was a good kick from Chelmier. Nice front kick there. That was beautiful. From Mardi again.
Yeah, he tried to time it into an outside trip, but no luck. Good timing on that counter, a little push. Chelmier switching stances around, they're toe-to-toe now.
So as you said, Buzz, he started to like bounce a little bit, Chelmier.
Mardi's just so elusive when they get into those flurries. That head movement, you know, completely took him out of the way.
Yeah, and also the way he moved out of his feet immediately. Let him miss, moving to the side.
That was a good kick from Chelmier. Good thud to the midsection, but again they tie up and nobody able to get the better of the clinch exchange.
One, two, again, he worked on that because they're crisp, they're nice.
They are, and Chelmier was just happy to take it on the guard. Dangerous in the 5-ounce gloves, though.
He did it again, Mardi, moving out of the way.
Mardi looks more technical, right?
Yep.
With the punches and kicks as well, and the combinations as well.
The combinations of them, that's the key here.
Yeah, I mean, usually we see that level of technicality from Owen Chelmier.
Exactly, but you know, now it's like because Mardi found a way. I mean, this is how they trained him. They know they were going to face a guy who comes forward the whole time. Okay, so let's do that in training. And that's how you see, if he doesn't move, he doesn't move.
Yeah.
Everything is on the counter. Moving out of the way constantly. So Owen needs to lure him into a corner, but you know, again, look at that.
Yep.
It's beautiful movement. It's very hard to do, and especially with these corners because you can use the wall.
And we do expect this kind of speed from the 61-kilo fighters. Again, though, Mardi eats down the midsection, tries to fight back himself. They're good shots. Chelmier trying to bob and weave and find his way in. 10 seconds left in round number 3. We are probably going to be going to the championship rounds.
Yeah, if Chelmier is not talking, he should start talking now, because maybe when you trigger your opponent and get him angry, that's when they start making mistakes, you know, because Mardi is fighting a really good fight.
Yeah, strategically very good. Let's take a look at some of the replays
here. Very good, Very good, Maigiri.
Yep. Boom, that's kick to the body there. But closing the distance too fast. Nice.
There's a shot. Yeah, a shot of Owen Chelmier and his mother in his corner. Standing, trying to show that he's not tired. But Bas Lyoto, there's something that's got to change for Owen Chelmier here, because you feel like he's starting to drop behind a little bit.
Yep. No, and you're 100% right. I mean, it's not mixing it up enough. You know, the movement is being difficult for him right now. The movement from Mardi.
I don't think Chelmier has to change his game. You know, he's trying to play the game of Mardi, which is good for Mardi. So he has to keep push forward to put his game.
Well, he's got a maximum of 6 minutes left to do so. Another 3 on the clock here as we start the first of our championship rounds. Remember to follow us on social media at Karate Combat, or join us on the web, karate.com, for all your information on the promotion. Chelmia continually moving forward. We really didn't expect him not to, but he's got to find a way to stop the movement of Ilyas Mardi here.
Yeah, and again, the 1-2 is being very effective the whole fight. And again, moving out of the way.
Chelmia happy to eat shots on the guard as he comes in. Mardi, conversely, is happy to eat one of those to the body as he moves away. They tussle again in the clinch here. Not really too much to separate them on that occasion.
That's a good kick again.
Il a peur de t'échapper, Milouche. Il reste une crosse. Même pas. Quand en bas, il tape en haut. Ouais. Il est mort, yes. Bravo.
Let's work.
And again, they tie up once more in the middle.
Dernière minute, yes.
Same kind of exchanges happening repeatedly here. Chelmia pushing forward. Mardi countering. That's a good sequence. He kicks the legs out from the Irishman and flurries on top. Down to the last minute of round number 4.
Wow.
So I can say Mardi is so technical. He used foot sweep, he used everything. And the Yokogiri side kick, which is good, right?
Yeah, and on top of that movement, his movement is great. You know, every time you get him in the corner, watch, he's going to be out of it in a bit. Oh, okay, this may be the one time it's not.
Yeah, I mean, this is when we're really going to see the pace and if the conditioning pays off.
The only problem that I see for Mardi is the short distance, because Chelmia wants the short distance, and he has to be very aware at the end of his movement. I mean, like Mardi, because, you know, in karate you call that zanshin. You gotta be ready for the end of movement to block, to move backward, or to do another combination. Otherwise, Chelmia can have some advantage over Mardi in the short distance.
Well, we end round number 4. We're going to be going to a 5th and final round. Let's take a look back at some of the replays from round number 4.
Boom. Side kick, finds its target. Beautiful right again. This movement, that beautiful kick, and it's a powerful kick. Bang, bang, look at that.
Very good.
Yeah, connected full.
Kizamizuki and Gyakuzuki very clean.
Yep. Wow, that's very good.
One last look at Owen Chelmia in the corner there. Let's see if he comes out firing on all cylinders. He may appreciate that he has to go for broke here in this 5th and final round.
He knows, but but he can't lock him up. It's constantly moving.
Yeah, and on the occasion when Mardi isn't moving out of the way, he does a good job of initiating a clinch and completely stalling all the action to get it reset.
Yeah, there's been some great game planning going on in Mardi's camp, I can tell you that.
Yeah, really good. Mardi did tell us that he was mentally more focused for this 5-round fight than he's perhaps been for any of his other appearances here at Karate Combat, and I think that's showing.
Well, listen, if he's going to win this fight, he's only going to get better and better, because the improvements he made since last time are pretty dramatic. He was already good. We said in the opening, the guy's he's got great accuracy, everything. But sometimes he's a little bit too wild, but that wild he took away. Would be the calculated wild man should be his nickname.
as the time go by, I believe that Chalmers has more advantage because of the distance, you know.
Yeah.
He has he's going to the short distance more and more because it's hard to Madrid to keep the distance all the time and stop the guy over there because it requires a lot of energy.
Marty's escaping less and less out of the corner now.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, he is managing to tie it up here, which is buying him time. We've only got 2 minutes left in this entire fight now. I'd perhaps like to see Chalmers try and break those ties more aggressively and throw the hooks off the break.
Yeah. Oh, there again he landed.
Chalmers cut the angle really good. He always ahead of Marty. See?
Yeah, good pitmanship, should we say?
Yeah, but again, you know, but he can't stop him.
Oh, it's a big shot.
Was that a shot?
Chalmers lands a left hand on the way in. A little bit of ground and pound, and he wants Marty back up on his feet as quickly as possible because he's got just 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go to work here.
Well, this happened in round 1 as well, and Marty survived that. Later in the round, though, it will do more damage, right? A punch. So let's see what happens.
See here, I'd like to see him try and dictate a break rather than accept a complete reset. The crowd firmly pushing these two fighters on as we approach the final 40 seconds of this championship bout.
See, if I was Chalmers here, I would push him away constantly. I would never be in this position right now because he's got 30 seconds to go.
That's what I'm saying. Dictate the break.
Constantly.
Short shots off the break.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you said it.
We're through a frantic 14 and a half minutes. There's just 20 seconds left now. Chalmers again driving forward. Marty on his bike, circling all the time. And that's a nice snapping roundhouse kick.
How cool in the 5th round.
Little jumping kick. 3, 2, 1. That is going to do it for this championship fight here. They both raise their hands up. And it was an impressive performance from both young men. I mean, we've got to remember, both these guys, just 23 and 24 years old.
It's amazing. I mean, I started fighting at 28, my MMA career. It was late. But I did Thai boxing before that, okay. Boom, look at that, makes a backflip.
A backflip from Ilias Marty. He thinks he's got enough.
Yeah.
We've got replays coming right now from the 5th and final round. For one more time, gents, give us your thoughts on that last round's action.
So I like the cuff kick and also the combination because Chalmers is always over Madrid. You know, he doesn't want to give a timing to even breathe.
Yeah, he's get frustrated. He wants to go forward the whole time. He wants to fight. But Marty's going in and out and in and out. Boom, look at that. Out of nowhere. And that was the last round.
Yeah.
When he did it, the 5th round. And then he just walked up here and made a backflip.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever, man. I'm not tired.
Well, bear with us here, ladies and gentlemen. We are just... Well, we have got a 6th and final round. Unbelievably, for the 2nd time in one night, our special round provision has been triggered. And Ilias Marty...
There's something going on with his hand.
Yeah. Has he really
hand?
broken his hand again? Because he broke his hand against Hasanov. Well, this is interesting here. What we ended up with was a potential split draw, but the referees can say that they can opt for another round to try and decide the difference. We, of course, saw that in our opening bout here this evening. Owen Chalmers is walking around like there's nothing left, and this fight is going to get waved off. What a strange occurrence. We're just going to get clarification here from our head official and our referee. I think Ilias Marty has either snapped his forearm or broken part of his hand. for that sudden death round due to a broken arm or broken hand, which means that Owen Chelmia is going to take the win by injury TKO here and become our first 61 kilo champion. What a turn of events.
Yeah, this is crazy. I know, well, apparently what they say always, aggression counts the most, they say. Right? So the pushing forward had to have been the reason.
Well, let's go. We'll break this down a bit more for you once we get the official decision made here. But let's go down into the pit and get the official decision from this title bout. There we see Owen Chelmia receiving the golden belts from our league president, Mr. Adam Kovac, and Sensei Lyoto Machida. So our new 61 kilo champion is down in the middle of the pit with our broadcast colleague Andrea Ocampo to give his thoughts on that bout.
Oh, and quite the finish. Congratulations. I'm sure you're feeling a lot of mixed feelings. Can you please walk us through as to what you're feeling right now?
Yeah, definitely it's a kind of confusing moment. It's what you work extremely hard to get, and that's not the way you want to win. It's very unfortunate, but I have no doubt that we'll run this back and it'll be a 10 times better fight next time.
Oh, and very commendable for you both. You know, any thoughts on obviously your opponent? What would you like to say to him?
Just, I'd love to fight him again. I'd love to set this straight. I don't want to win it this way. I want to finish him or make it completely undisputed. I don't want any arguments against it.
Well, you saw it here, folks. The story does not end here. Well, sir, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Owen Chelmia.
What a respectful acceptance speech from Owen Chelmia. You heard it from him. That's not the way he wants to win it, but nonetheless, on this occasion, that is the way he has won it, as he raises his new golden belt up into the air and pays respects to the crowd here. As he said, a personally confusing finish for him. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more from this young man. Let's get pit side and get Mr. Robin Black's thoughts on that bout.
You know, guys, the journey of the martial artist, especially of the young martial artist, is about actualizing yourself, becoming your potentialities. And it's experiences like this that help the martial artist grow. Marty with the injury, having to experience that kind of pain and loss, and then Owen Chelmia winning, but those feelings of uncertainty. This is part of their journey, and we'll get to see them continue it when they face each other again.
Yes, thank you, Robin. We've got an extra interview here for you. Our broadcast colleague Andrea Ocampo is going to be down pit side with our referee Mark Goddard, who's going to explain the ending to that bout.
I'm standing here with Mark, the referee. You know, that was quite an emotional title fight. I know everybody's reeling. Can you please let us know as to why you stopped the fight?
Yeah, at the end of the fifth, under karate combat rules, if the judges denote an overtime round, it needs to be a split decision. It was a split decision, so the sixth overtime round was announced. Unfortunately, the fighter in the blue corner couldn't answer the bell. He told me he'd broke his hand, and he's since retired himself out of the fight, which means his opponent will win via valid TKO.
Well, thank you so much for that clarification.
Thank you.
We're going to take a look back at the montage of action from that title fight, Bas. Let's talk us through this, but, first of all, Ilias Made, what a fantastic way of hiding that broken arm. We had no clue.
No clue. Well, that's the last time exactly the same thing happened. He broke his hand and he kept on fighting. I mean, the guy's as tough as nails. I thought he did a phenomenal job. It's the 1-2s, and you're seeing it here right now. He landed those most of the time, 80% of them if he was throwing them, and the movement was awesome.
Yeah, talk about his defensive movement, because it was either laterally escaping or he was able to tie up in the clinch.
Yeah, and not only escaping, but while he was escaping, he was first tagging the opponent, and then he was escaping. So, with the legs and the hands included, I was thinking he was leaning a little bit towards him, but you know what? In the rules it says specifically, and I've been saying this in the openings of the show sometime, that aggression counts the most. And aggression, the moving forward pressure the whole time, for Owen, that is probably the reason the judges did it.
Yeah, and you have to remember that rounds are scored individually on each round, so the judges saw that maybe 1 round even and 2 rounds apiece. It's not necessarily the content of the entire fight. You can just nick a round and lose a round by a bit more and it still counts 1 apiece.
Yeah, exactly, and Owen started connecting the later rounds more and more and more. You saw Marty was getting tired, but still landing the high kick in the last moment, escaping what you said actually. When he got tired, he didn't move out of the corner anymore, but he was never out of the fight, ever. He was still connecting with punches, even the 1-2.
That about wraps it up for season 3 here from Karate Combat. Bas, what a fantastic night of fights we've had, although a little bit of a strange ending in our main event there.
Yeah, we've been talking about it, but you know what? A rematch will come, and that is the good thing that comes out of it.
I absolutely cannot wait. Lyoto Machida, you've seen some of Karate Combat before, but now you've experienced an event. Give us your thoughts on Karate Combat.
So, to be honest, I have been very impressed. I believe these fighters can compete anywhere.
Nice.
And Andrea Ocampo, thank you very much for joining us, showing us around the future. You fancy coming back to present day with us?
Yes, I would love to. If that's okay. There's a couple of things that I missed in 2020 and my Miami Dolphins winning the Super Bowl in 2022. Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, hey, by the way, Andrea, you were freaking awesome tonight. Thank you. Whoa, wait a minute. What did you just say?
Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, I'm gonna be rich.
Mr. Robin Black, your pit side analysis has been invaluable. Do you have a bink of the entire season 3 for us?
So difficult. There were so many wonderful moments. We're going to have to make a top 10 binks of the season for Karate Combat Social. But I honestly think we got to give it to one. It was Sertan and Ferreira tonight. Not just the head kick that finished it, but the heroic and inspiring performance by both those gentlemen.
Yeah, what an absolute barn burner of a fight that was. From Lyoto Machida, Andrea Ocampo and Robin Black, we will see you in season 4. Woo. What do you think we should do for season 4, buddy? Between space and time, we've kind of covered everything.
Yeah, I think so too. But to tell you the truth, I think that this season has been my favorite. And the reason why is because we were back in time to Okinawa, find out the roots of karate. Then we went to the 1980s Hollywood and the push that it got in all these Hollywood movies. And now we're seeing what it is today. It's just so freaking awesome. Hey, messing with time, you see? It's been a good thing for us.
I think you got lucky. To those of you at home, thank you very much for joining us for all of season 3 of Karate Combat. We will be back with a season 4. We don't know where, we don't know when, and we don't quite know what trouble Bas Rutten is going to get us into. But from Bas Rutten, myself, Josh Palmer, and everyone else on the team, we will be bringing you more fights from the pit.
Farewell, farewell, my future world. Thank you, everybody. I forgot the boombox for Danny Trejo. Never mind. I left it in the garage. I'm gonna leave it.